Hey, welcome everybody. So today I'm going to show you how to grow your business by 235% in 90 days without complicated tech. Okay, my name is Alaric Ong and my website is www.alaricong.com. You can find me on Facebook, Alaric Space Ong, Instagram, and also YouTube. Okay, now how is this webinar different? Because if you've struggled with growing your business in the past, it's not your fault because you either didn't have the right advice or were given advice by the wrong people. Most MBA professors have never even run a business before. So I want to put your fears to rest because what you will learn today is different, okay? Because what has held you back is that you didn't know the secrets that the top 0.1% know. And if you've ever thought that this has to be easier, then you're right. Because after you watch this webinar, you will learn the secrets that Silicon Valley startups use to grow their business exponentially and learn how you can use them to become the next unicorn, okay? Now, so after applying these principles, here are the results my clients have achieved. Okay, I need to do a quick disclaimer before I show you all the results because as stipulated by law, we cannot and do not make any guarantees about your ability to get results or earn any money without ideas, information, tools, or strategies. We don't know you, and besides, your results in life are up to you. Agreed? So we just want to help by giving great content, direction, and strategies. You should know that all products and services by our company are for educational and informational purposes only, and nothing on this page, any of our websites or any of our content or curriculum is a promise or guarantee of results or future earnings, and we do not offer any legal, medical, tax, or other professional advice. Statements contained here were made by individuals who participate in our training. We did not pay any consideration for these statements. Okay, so let's just get out of the way. Let's just get that out of the way, and let me show you some results. Okay. So this Ozan, right, he said, today I closed a 7K deal. Client found price expensive first because company quotation. Then I do Alaric style pitch, ask why you need this. Then they close themselves. Today saw another 5K deal. Another 4K funnel semi-approved, want to discuss in person on Monday. Another 5K SEO plus PR deal is okay with deliverers, want to see agreement based on changes he requests. Okay, this Samuel Ong. The AM looks like we're closing this week strong. That's a little over 80,000 plus in a single day. So on July 29, 6,007 plus 25,008 plus 25,004, that's about 60K USD, which is about 80,000 Sing dollars. Okay. Oh, I can't help but wonder we are all just working for Facebook. Currently spending 8K per day on Facebook ads, 10K is within reach. Hi, Olivia, I just closed another 2 sales and made in total 10K from the Multiflora Spa vouchers today. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Joel Chi. Boys mentorship program closed, $6,000 deal closed over the phone. My mom, she runs a health and wellness business. Our sale is average 20K per week from the weekly leads. She makes about 20K a week just from the weekly leads. Okay. Now, so today what I'm going to show you, right, is 3 growth hacks. Okay. Growth hack number 1 is the difference between a sales funnel and a sales flywheel. Okay, and I'm going to share with you how I made $1.2 million in 18 months using this thing called the Alaric flywheel from $0 in capital. Growth hack number 2 is capital mechanism versus marketing mechanism, the secret to how billionaires create their wealth. And growth hack number 3 is how to beat your competitors, because the business you can afford to spend the most to acquire a customer wins. Okay, and if you stick to the end of this whole webinar, I'm going to show you how to get my books for free. Okay, so the first book I have is called The Apollo Factor, which talks about sales, marketing, entrepreneurship. And the second book is called How to Use Facebook to Promote a Business, which talks about Facebook marketing. Okay, and just to give you a quick background about myself, I started 5 different businesses before. My first business was a healthy food delivery business. My second business was an entrepreneurship platform. I built a sales team of 140 people in 10 months. My third business is a sales and marketing agency. Fourth business, a 6-figure e-commerce business selling cosmetics. My fifth business is a coaching and seminar business with more than 1,200 paid students. Starting this business without any capital, we grew to over $1 million in sales in the first 18 months. Okay, now, so I've been speaking on many different stages in Singapore, Malaysia, right? And this is me featured on Fox 34. And so this Blair Singer, Richard Tan, founder of Success Resources, this Peng Jun, 8-figure online entrepreneur, Robert Kiyosaki, Blair Singer, Joe Bao, mentor of mentors, etc. Okay, this is Grant Cardone giving me a quick shout out. Okay, let me just share with you what is it.
Alaric, Grant Cardone here. Great to see all the success you're having in Singapore. Electrify the world, bro.
Okay, so basically that's just Grant Cardone. Okay, now, so here's my first time doing growth hacking. So ever since, so like, you know, when I say the word growth hacking, you might be like, oh, what's growth hacking? Let me share with you how I got to know about growth hacking. Okay, because ever since I started my journey in entrepreneurship, I wanted to be able to grow a business from scratch to $1 million in revenue and to take a $1 million business public. So I started my first business when I was 19 years old, which was a healthy food delivery business, and we wanted to aggressively expand to the whole of Singapore. Okay, but the problem is this. Okay, everyone writes down problem. Okay, so from now on, there's a lot of notes that you need to write. So just take out your paper, pen, and notes and start writing notes. Okay. So I struggled with getting clients because I spent hours and hours distributing flyers, but there was no response. Okay. So write this down. I had tried flyers, but no response. And I felt terrible because I knew that if I'm not able to get clients, my business venture would eventually fall flat on the ground and I would have let my partners and investors down. And everything was resting on my shoulders and I needed to make it work, okay? Another problem was, so the first problem is I couldn't get clients. The second problem was that I could not possibly deliver to the whole country. So I had to get customers building by building because my operations was not enough to get to the whole country. So, and I also had no physical shop front, therefore there's no walk-in traffic. This meant that there was almost no way to get our first few customers unless we had a marketing budget to invest in advertising like the other large delivery companies. Okay, so what did I do instead? But luckily for me, that's when I started thinking about how to do growth hacking, and that's when everything changed, okay? So everyone is now growth hacking, okay? So I started thinking, first thing, who is my target market, okay? Now, so I was selling about $12 per meal. I was selling a healthy food, delivered on a bento box like salmon, beef, etc. So I was thinking, okay, who is my target market? So I was thinking, okay, middle to high income people who can afford $12 per meal, okay? Where would these people be? Probably in the CBD area, right? Central Business District, where is the more affluent people are over there. And then office ladies, because I feel that office ladies are more likely to eat healthy food than office men, right? And people are conscious about health, okay? So step one, I think, who is my target market? Okay, right now, step one, who? Step two is where or how do we reach them, okay? So I was thinking, okay, maybe they'll go to spas, nail parlors, gyms, cafes, okay, write this down. Instead of outside, and so I started thinking, instead of reaching them from outside, we should reach them from inside, okay? So I was thinking, okay, which department, right, has all the database of the whole company, right? Because I need to target building by building, right? So I need to go through the companies. So if I want to target from within the company, which department should I look for? Human resource, right? Because human resource is a database of all their employees. So here's what I did, okay? I got in touch with the HR department. So every day I went for networking events, okay? Even though I'm not from HR background, I went for every single HR networking event. I went to search Google HR networking events in Singapore, right? So I went for SHRI events and all that, just to network and meet HR people. And then I shared them like, hey, maybe we can collaborate. I run a healthy food delivery business. Maybe we can collaborate, etc. Right? And I kept looking for referrals. I said, excuse me, do you know anyone in HR? Do you know anyone in HR? So after a while, I kept asking for HR. And because of the law of attraction or something, right? So as a result, we still, one day I had one of my business partners had a friend who was in the HR of DBS. Okay, DBS is a huge bank, right? So the largest banks in Singapore, and they send so I still deal with them, and they send an email to 10,300 staff to inform them about healthy food. Okay, they have two full buildings in Marina Bay there. Okay, this is at okay. So the total cost to reach 10,300 targeted people and get 166 paying customers, $0. Okay, that's the power of growth hacking. To reach, if let's say I were to run ads, to reach 10,300 people and get 166 paying customers, it cost me thousands and thousands of dollars. But because I did growth hacking and I started to see, okay, where can I find them instead, right? I was able to get acquire these customers for free. Okay, now, so that kickstarted my entrepreneurship journey. And so my first business was the healthy food delivery business, right? So I still do DBS Bank, where they send an email to 10,300 staff to advertise for us. And we also got a dietitian from the Health Promotion Board, okay, which is a government agency, to endorse our food. Okay, my second business was an entrepreneurship platform. So I built a sales team of 140 people in 10 months. And I sold everything from tailor-made shirts to cordyceps, personal development courses, health products, and even electricity. My third business was a sales and marketing agency. So I help businesses to find ways to increase their sales. Clients are from a range of industries like hotels, wellness, beauty, financial products, network marketing, and others. My fourth business, right, was a 6-figure e-commerce business selling cosmetics. And my fifth business is a coaching and seminar business. Right now, we run a coaching and seminar business with the largest Facebook marketing community in Singapore with more than 1,200 paid students. Okay, starting this business without any capital, we grew it to over $1 million in sales in the first 18 months. Okay, now the question is this: how did I growth hack my coaching business? How did I get 1,200 coaching clients in 18 months from zero capital? I did this growth hacking strategy. Okay, so here's what I did. You see, I coach my clients on sales and marketing. And I also had an affiliate program where people could market and sell my coaching programs. So it started to spread like wildfire, because the more people I coach, the more people marketed my programs for me. The more people I coach, the more people marketed my programs for me. So this allowed me, right, to become the top Facebook marketing trainer in Singapore very, very quickly. Okay, so this is how I got 1,200 paying customers, because I use this growth hacking strategy, and it created a viral effect. And this allowed me to become one of the top Facebook marketing trainers in Singapore. Okay. And here's some of the results of my clients. So this Joel Chin is a 21-year-old digital marketer, and he made $21,000 from just one webinar. So he said, Osa and I just hosted a webinar and we made $21,000 in 2 hours. Okay, you can look over here. This right was during circuit breaker period. Okay, this was during the coronavirus. So this is 16 April. It's all you can see 1,000, 1,400, 1,000, 1,000. Add together, right, is $21,000 within Okay, I want to show you, right? It's not just a one-time thing. It's a constant income. See, 21st April is the peak of circuit breaker where everyone had to, was a lockdown, right? 17 April, 482. 16 April, 4,008. 15 April, 14 April, 2,000, right? It's consistent income day in and day out. Okay, this is what Joel gave me a quick shout out.
Alright, purpose of this video is because I want to shout out Alaric Ong. Alright, Alaric is an amazing marketer. He knows how to get results for all his students. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because look here. A few months ago, about 20 months ago, I had no clue when it comes to social media marketing. I didn't know how to do ads. I didn't know how to run Instagram. I wasn't even posting like proper photos on social media. And the beautiful part about what Alaric does, right, is that he really cares for you guys to make money because he has so many different avenues for you to make money. And I think over the past month alone, right, during the coronavirus, I've made roughly around 60-ish K from my marketing agency. And it's really a shout out to Alaric Ong because he knows exactly what to do. He knows exactly how to help his students make a crazy amount of income. And look at this. This whole home gym, right, is because of social media marketing, how he's helped me do that. So if you guys want to own your own gym and you guys want to really scale your income, then Alaric is the guy to go for. Alright, I'll see you there.
So he made over $60,000 a month, even at the age of 21 years old, okay? So he said, bro, and then that was in April, right? This is in June, okay? He said, bro, this month, 21.6K plus 31.2K, okay? Equals 52.8 thousand. How many of you don't mind in 4 hours, right? You do each webinar is about 2 hours. Okay, how many of you in 4 hours make $52,800? How many of you agree it's pretty good? Okay, and this was just the result of just one coaching session that I did with him and Ozan back in March. Okay, this Ozan Ture.
I want to.
And one day after his very first course, he spent $5 to get 3 customers on ads. 3 days after the course, he closed a deal with while talking to a Grab driver to sell him a website SEO package and make $3,000. And his income increased from 10K per month to 30K per month within 3 months after the course. And he made more than $400,000 in 2 years after my coaching. Okay, so just do a quick.
I want to thank Alaric for actually really be a major change in my life and helping me and my business overall. So I can tell he's a very caring coach. As long as you are willing to take action, he will help you to get the results and he doesn't give up on you. Thank you.
How much of revenue would you say you have generated as a result of this relationship or this coaching relationship? Yeah. Roughly?
400 plus? 300-400K plus?
400 plus $1,000?
Yeah.
Singapore dollars?
It is that.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So do you think that this 5 days mastermind was worth more than $10,000?
Definitely. The content inside, like within the first month.
So basically, yeah, okay. Now, so right now I have more than 1,200 students in 50 different industries, okay? And here's the thing, because when we do growth hacking, we're not talking about linear growth, we are talking about exponential growth, okay? So the old way is traditional marketing. So a lot of people try to do traditional marketing, but the new way is to do called growth hacking, okay? So what is growth hacking? A growth hacker, right, is someone who uses creative low-cost strategies to help businesses acquire and retain customers. And the goal of growth hacking strategies is generally to acquire as many users or customers as possible while spending as little as possible. And examples of companies that use growth hacking, so for example, Dropbox, they say, okay, if you share with your friends, you get how many GB off, they get extra how many GB of data, okay? So because like they say, okay, if you refer your friends, you get 3 months of unlimited data, they also get 3 months unlimited data. Hotmail, below every email, last time they used to put sent by Hotmail, okay? Facebook, they'll say, hey, would you like to send your whole contact list to ask them to join Facebook? PayPal is like, they ask you, hey, would you like to invite your friends so that you can transfer money to each other? Uber, same thing, when you refer friends, they give you commissions, right? So all these Silicon Valley startups all use growth hacking, okay? So now I'm going to share with you growth hack number 1, what the difference between a sales funnel versus a sales flywheel. Okay, and I'm going to share with you why a sales flywheel is better. Okay, so here's the thing. Everyone is telling you about funnels, sales funnels. You say, okay, so let's say you get 1,000 you spend $1,000 on ads, then maybe you get 100 leads. Then maybe you get 20 sales calls, and then you follow up with 15, and then you convert 5, okay? And then you get 5 sales, right? So this is like a funnel. So it goes from big to small, right? But the new way of doing business, right, is to do this called a sales flywheel instead, okay? And I call this thing the Alaric flywheel. It stands for ALARIC, okay? Attention, leads, appointments, revenue, invest, and compound, okay? Now, so for example, what's a sales flywheel? So let's say I spend $1,000 on Facebook ads, okay? So I get 100 leads, I get 20 appointments, and I close maybe 5 sales, okay? So I take the money, I invest into advertising, okay? And then I grow that way. Okay, so it becomes like a wheel where it scales more and more and more compared to a sales funnel that just gets lesser and lesser. This one grows exponentially because I can invest back into the attention. Okay, now, and this basically works for any business. Okay, let's say a coach and consultant. Okay, so let's say a coach and consultant, first they run Facebook ads. So let's say they spend $1,000 on Facebook ads to get people to opt into their opt-in page. Okay, and then maybe they have 100 leads. Then they set 20 appointments, and then they close maybe 4 sales. Okay, and then they invest back into advertising. Okay, let me give an example. Okay, for me, I'm a coach myself, right? So what I did, right, was I ran Facebook ads. I got lots of leads. I spent about $30,000 a month on Facebook ads at my peak, right? I had maybe 1,000 leads, and then about 300 plus people show up for my seminars. And in my seminars, I'll make about $100,000 back out. So I put $1,000 back, $1,000 in advertising, I get about $100,000 back out, okay, a month, right? So this is an example of me making $10,000 in a day, right? So I used to think that making 10K per month was hard. It was only until I learned how to make a $10,000 in a day that I realized that making money, right, is not based on the time that you spend, but it's based on your ability to compound capital. Okay, let me give an example, okay? So at 12:35, I made 1980, 12:41, 6 minutes later, 500, 3 minutes later, 145, 3 minutes later, 145, 2 minutes later, 145, 3 minutes later, 145, 12:56, 145. This is more than $10,000 in 20 minutes. How many of you don't mind making $10,000 in 20 minutes, right? Okay, or let's say look over here. 560, 145, 1980, 145, 145, 145, 500, 500, right? 10:11, 998, 2 minutes later, 998, 1 minute later, 998, 7 minutes later, 749, 2 minutes later, 749, 10:28, 500, 10:35, 500, okay, right? And the reason I can do that, right, is because every single month I spend about $30,000 a month on Facebook ads, okay? And because I spend so much money, right, my posts reach 127,000 people a week, okay? So 1 month I reach about 500,000 people. So here's the thing, to make $1 million a year, you only need to make $2,740 a day times 365 days, right? You'll make $1 million a year, okay? So this is an example of me making 2K per day to $7,672 a day every single day. So I ran Facebook ads, right? So 20 cents per link click, 19 cents per link click, etc., right? And this is a 3-day Stripe transaction: 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 4,000, 500, 2,000, 1,000, 1,000, 4,000, 500, 500, 3,862. Okay, this is 7-day Stripe transaction. Okay, so on Sunday alone, I made 7,006 plus 4,004, so it's about $12,000 on Sunday. Monday 962, 4,003 on Tuesday. 1997, 1997, 3996 on Wednesday, 997, 997, 1997 on Thursday, 1998, 3,858, 997, 997, 1,000, 1,000, 1997, right? So consistent income day in and day out. And I tried this even in Malaysia. So I went to Malaysia. My company is called AO1 Events Management, right? So over here, in 2 days, right, we made more than 50,000 ringgit. Okay, you can see over here, 3,750, 1,005, 1,005, 1,005, 1,005, 1,005, 1,005, 1,005, 1,005, etc. Okay, 50,000 ringgit in 2 days, right? Because of this thing called the Alaric flywheel. Okay, and I'm going to share with you how to do it later. Okay, now, so this enabled me to amass a bit of money to invest this in one of my businesses in Malaysia. These are 6 bricks of cash, 6.5 kg worth of RN50 notes. On top of this, I still invest in hotels in Batam, 7-figure agencies in Singapore, etc. Okay, so this is an example of Angelina. She's a quit smoking coach. So she teaches people how to quit smoking. So she spends $75.80 on Facebook ads, okay? And she got 29 leads. So each lead, right, costs only $2.61 per lead. And she got 12 scheduled calls. So she got 12 appointments, which means it only costs her $6.31 per appointment to sell a $3,777 offer. How many of you agree, right? If you're only spending $6.31 for the chance to sell someone a $3,700 package, how many of you is super worth it? If let's say out of 10 calls you close one, you also 100 times your money, right? So this is an example of using the Alaric flywheel to scale your business. For health and wellness, okay? So let's say for my mom, okay? My mom runs a health and wellness business. So what I do is this: I run Facebook ads, okay? And attention doesn't have to be Facebook ads. It could be YouTube ads, it could be Google ads, it could be giving flyers, it could be brochures, etc., right? But I run Facebook ads, and I get leads, right? Then for people to sign up for a free health talk. Okay, so she'll do a free health talk. So she'll get attendees at a free health talk. So let's say 20, 30 attendees to go for free health talk. And after the free health talk, she's going to sell her negative ion, fine firing mattresses, pillows, etc. And this is what happened, okay? So I applied the same flywheel to my mom's business. She runs a health and wellness business selling negative ion, fine firing mattresses, etc. Okay, 70 cents per link click, 18 cents, 13 cents, 15 cents, etc. Right? And what happened, right, is that I spent $150 on Facebook ads, and the total sales generated is $13,000. And that was within 3 hours. And that's an 86 times ROI. Okay, So I put $150 in advertising and I get back 86, and I get back $13,000. Is that pretty good? In 3 hours, you made $13,000, okay? And that's the power of using a flywheel, okay? Now, it works the same for marketing agencies. Get attention, turn them into leads, set appointments with them, and then turn them into revenue, okay? Let me get an example of Joel Chin, okay? What happened, right, in March, this is when he just started social media marketing not long ago. He spent $132 on Facebook ads. You can see over here, $132 on Facebook ads, and he managed to get 59 leads. 59 leads, huh? Out of 59 leads, right, he closed 4 deals. Okay, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, 1,000. And this was all within a week. He made $13,000 in 1 week from spending only $132 on Facebook ads. That's a 100 times return on investment. Okay, his landed upon his 19-year-old digital marketer, right? He made $11,500 in 2 days. How? Because he closed a 7K deal on 1st August and a 4.5K deal on 2nd August after learning this called a 5-step consign, 10-step teach. Okay, so in August he made $11,500, right? In December, he made 15,000 plus 3 days in December. He says 5K really can stack. Just 3 days on selling it, I make 5 figures already. He sold $5,740 offer 3 times. Okay, this is 3rd December 2019. On 17th December 2019, he made $17,220 in 1 day. You say, I made $17,220 today. 3 closes, 6, right? So if a 19-year-old like Leonard can do it, I believe all of you can do it as well. Okay, it works for sales professionals as well. Let's say you're a property agent, you're an insurance agent, you're a network marketer. First, you get attention, turn on the leads, turn on the appointments, and then get revenue. Okay, let me get some of Tracy. Okay, so Tracy, she did 15 appointments, 15 appointments made, Zoom 12, and she closed 2. Okay, and the 2 condos that she sold made her $65,000 in commissions in a month. Okay, how many of you don't mind making $65,000 in a month? I think it's pretty good, right? And she sold a 3rd one the next month. She's got 1 more go today. Wow, congrats, lead came in since end June, right? So this is the power of using this thing called the Alaric flywheel. Okay, CJ, he sold 2 times 410,000 ringgit houses with just 500 ringgit in ad spend. He said got lots of WhatsApp messages coming through, and I was just quite amazed. Then sold 2 times houses. You know the thing about me is this, other coaches, right? They'll tell you, oh, when they show you their testimonials, they'll censor the name of the people. For me, I don't censor because I know that all this is legit. I don't mind, and that's how you tell if a coach is a real deal or not. Okay, now testimonial number 718. Mandino getting 2nd place for Produce the Month in his financial advisory business. Okay, so he got 2nd runner up, right? And I say, congrats, buddy. He said, thanks, Alaric. I must say your Apollo method played a part in helping me achieve it, and all your videos, and your success is my success, and my success is your success. Okay, this is In Chong. He's a network marketer and in MLM, and he made $1 million. Okay, I saw him, an Insta story, okay, of him making MAC, which stands for Million Dollar Achiever Club. Okay, and I was texting him. I say, congrats, bro. MAC means $1 million SGD in commissions. He said USD in commissions and also shares of the company. I say, that's good. That means Apollo method works. He said, it sure does. I built my customer and my team entirely through cold market. Okay, so just using this thing called the Apollo method or the Alaric flywheel was able to achieve this kind of results. Okay, it basically works for any business, whatever kind of business you're doing, it works. All right, now I'm going to show you how to make $1 million in 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, or 10 years, depending on how fast your feedback loop is. Okay, now I know this can be a bold statement, right? I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Okay, and it's a very logical process. Once you understand it, you understand it. Okay, now, so here's the thing. This is the Alaric flywheel, right? Attention, leads, appointments, revenue, invest, and compound, right? Now, so here's the thing. If let's say I can put $1,000 in advertising and I get $2,000 back out. Okay, if I take the $2,000, put it back into advertising, I get $4,000 back out. 4,000 put in advertising, I get 8,000 out. 8,016, and by the 10th cycle, right, I will put $512,000 in and $1 million out. Okay, that means I will have $1,024,000 in cash with just 10 cycles. Okay, and this is how you make $1 million in 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, or 10 years, depending on how fast your feedback loop is. Now, what's a feedback loop? So here's the thing, okay? If let's say you're able to put $1 in advertising today, and tomorrow you can get $2 back out, right? In 10 days, you can become a millionaire, okay? But if let's say, okay, you need a week, means I run Facebook ads today, and then 1 week later I close the sale, it'll take you 10 weeks, okay? That's still pretty fast. Or let's say even it takes you 1 month to, like maybe you have to follow up with him or what, and then 1 month later you double your money, it will take you 10 months. Or if let's say it takes you 1 year, okay? Let's say I put $1,000 in advertising, it takes me 1 year to get $2,000 back out. I put another 2,000 in advertising, 1 more year to double my money. It will take me 10 years. But let me ask you a question, okay? Even if it takes me 10 years to become a millionaire, right? Even if it takes you 10 years to become a millionaire, is that still pretty good? I think that's still pretty good, okay? If I can put $1,000 in and in 10 cycles I become a millionaire. I think even 10 years is better than working a job for 10 years, making a salary and everything. Okay, because once you understand this, right, you understand, right, that making money is not based on the time you spend or the effort you put. Making money is based on is a numbers game. Okay, is knowing how to compound money. Okay, and please write this down. Okay, please write this down in the notes. Okay, making money is a formula. Please write this down in your notes. Making money is a formula. The moment you understand this, right, you never look at making money the same way ever again. Okay, now I'm going to share with you this thing called flywheel optimization. Flywheel optimization. Now, so here's the thing. Let's say I spend $1,000 in Facebook ads, okay, and I get 100 leads, and maybe I get 10 appointments, and I close 2 sales. So that's $2,000 in revenue. Okay, then I invest in advertising and I grow. Okay, now, whereas scenario B, let's say I just optimize each component by 20%, which means my attention to leads, I optimize to 20%. My leads to appointments, I optimize by 20%. My appointments to revenue, I optimize by 20%. If I were to just do this, right, let's say I put $1,000 in, instead of 100 leads, I will get 120 leads. Okay, I put 120 leads in instead of then I'll get 14 appointments. Okay, and then instead of closing 2 sales, and I close 3 sales, I get $2,000 back out. And if I invest back into advertising, right, okay, this means I put $1,000 in, I get $3,000 back out, which is a 3 times return on investment. Okay, so if I can get $3,000 back out, then I compound that 3,000, 9,000, 27,000. I can get to $1 million way quicker. Okay, and that's the power of this thing called flywheel optimization. Okay, please write this down. Flywheel optimization. Okay, now, okay, growth hack number 2 I'm going to share with you is that capital mechanism versus marketing mechanism. I'm going to share with you the difference between these two and why capital mechanism is way better. Okay, now, everyone write this down. Wealth is created from capital mechanism. Okay, please write this down. Wealth is created from capital mechanism. Now, let's look at Jeff Bezos. Okay, so Amazon is worth $1.58 trillion as a company, but the net profit of Amazon, right, is only $11.59 billion, which is only 0.73%, right, of the net worth of the valuation of Amazon. Which means, right, even if you work for 100 years, okay, even if it produces this profit for 100 years, right, it will only be $1 trillion, which will not even be $1.58 trillion. Okay, now Mark Zuckerberg. Facebook is worth $744.2 billion, but the net profit is only $5.18 billion. Let's look at Sam Walton. Walmart is worth $375 billion, but the net profit is only 1.7% of the valuation of the company. Okay, let's look at Uber. Uber is worth $52.56 billion, but it makes a net loss of $8.5 billion every year, right? So the question is this: how come Uber is losing money, but it is still worth billions of dollars? Okay. The key is this, okay, please write this down. Wealth is created from capital mechanism, not marketing mechanism, okay? Capital mechanism is the value of the business. Marketing mechanism is the profit, is the profit of the business, right? So the goal of an entrepreneur, please write this down. The goal of an entrepreneur is not to make the company earn money. That's the job of the employees, okay? The goal of an entrepreneur is to make the company worth money. Okay, now here's the thing. If a company earns more money, will it be worth more money? Naturally, yes. But are there companies that lose money and are still worth a lot of money? The answer is yes as well. Okay? The goal of an entrepreneur is not to make the company earn money, that it is to make the company worth money. Okay? Now, my first time raising capital. So I was 19 years old at the time and I didn't have any money, but I really wanted to start a business. Okay? And I found a mentor who was willing to coach me, but the coaching fee was $13,514. Okay, now at that time, I was only 19 years old. I didn't have the money. I only had about $4,000 in my bank account. Okay, at 19 years old, I didn't have much money, right? So please write this down. Okay, rich versus poor mentality. Please write this down. Rich versus poor mentality. Okay, please write this down. Poor people, when they don't have money, they'll say, "I don't have the money." Full stop. Rich people, when they don't have the money, they'll think, "How can I get the money?" Question mark. Now, what's the difference between these two? One is, "I don't have the money," whereas the other one is, "How can I get the money?" Right? Both also don't have the money, but one focuses on the problems, whereas one looks for a solution. Right? So I was 20 years old. Do you think I thought I don't have the money, full stop, or how can I get the money? Naturally, I thought, how can I get the money, right? So the first person I looked for money, right, was my mom. Okay, so I asked my mom for money. I said, "Mom, I really want to start a business, and I only have 4K. And I saw this mentor who is really, really successful. And this mentor like made almost $1 million in 2 years. Okay, before he was 21 years old. Okay, so I knew he was someone really successful. I asked my mom. I said, "Mom, can you lend me $9,000?" And I expected her to say yes, but she said no. Okay, because at the point of time, she was running into cash flow issues in her own business as well. And she was also like, "Hey, are you crazy? You're 19 years old, you should go and study. Why are you caring about like business and making money and everything?" Okay, so my mom initially didn't want to lend me any money, And so I asked all my friends and relatives, I asked all my uncles, my aunties, until one day my mom relented, right? And she said, Alaric, okay, stop asking everyone else for money because that's very, very shameful. I tell you what, I will lend you the 13,000, I will lend you the $9,000, okay? The $9,000. So I took her $9,000 with my $4,000, $13,514, and I passed it to my mentor, right? And that was when there was a breakthrough for me because I knew that my mom believed in me and she was willing to invest $9,000 in me, okay? The second reason why I had my breakthrough was when I passed that $13,000 to my mentor, okay, my life changed because I knew that I wasn't investing $13,000 in him, but instead I was investing $13,000 in myself through him, okay? So when I invested that money with my mentor, I started learning how to run a business, okay? And my first month, right, I made about $7,000. How many of you agree a 90-year-old makes $7,000? How many of you agree it's pretty good? I think it's not too bad for at that point of time, right? On my fourth month, right, I had my first 5-figure month. I made about $11,000. My fourth month doing business, right? And in 10 months, right, I built a sales team of 140 people, and all this was done when I was 19 years old. Okay, so learning points. Okay, first is this: rich versus poor is a mindset. Everyone write down. It is not money that makes us rich or poor. It is our mindset that makes us rich or poor. The reason why my mom relented and lent me the $9,000 was because she saw the fire in my eyes and she saw how badly I wanted it. Sometimes raising capital, right, it's not so much just about it's not just about the techniques, it's more about the mindset, the skill set, okay, of how bad do you want to succeed. Okay. And the second learning point is that there's never a lack of resources, only a lack of resourcefulness. Okay. And the third lesson is this, okay. Let me ask you, if let's say I didn't have to pay my mentor to learn from him, right, and he coached me for free, do you think I've gotten the same results? The answer is I probably won't, because if I didn't pay him such a large sum of money, okay, is because I paid him such a large sum of money, that's why whatever he tell me to do, I implemented and I got results. But if I didn't pay him and he coached me for free, right, whatever he say, right, I wouldn't value it. When he asked me how to prospect people, how to message my friends, I probably would say, oh, very shameful, very, you know, all this kind of stuff, right? But because I paid him, I trusted him, I followed the process, I was able to get results, okay? So, okay, let me share with you case study 1 about capital mechanism, okay? I'm going to share with you how I bought 20% of Ozan's company for $10,000 and made it worth $200,000, and we raised $40,000 in 15 minutes, okay? I'm going to share with you how we did that, okay? So here's the thing. Ozan was doing a business making about 10K per month in sales and 3K per month in profit. And seeing that he has potential, I offered to become his business partner, okay? So I offered to buy 20% of his company for $10,000. So here's the thing. If 20% of the company is worth $10,000, that means the whole company is worth $50,000, right? 100% would be worth $50,000, right? Okay. So after which I helped him to raise capital, and we raised $40,000 for 4% of the company. That means straight away Ozan had a business that was worth $1 million. That means I grew my money by 20 times just like that. Now, how was I able to do that? Okay, why did Ozan sell me his shares for so cheap? Okay, why? Because he knew that if I could help him grow his business, it would be worth it. Because I could add value to him in many ways by giving advisory, my connections, access to capital, etc. Okay, and why did the investors invest? Because I sold in lots of $10,000 for 1% of the company. Okay, so which means the valuation of the whole company is $1 million. Now I'm going to share with you my pitch on how I pitch to investors to get them to invest. Okay, so I showed them that Ozan is currently making about 3K per month. Okay, which is about 36K per year. And if they invest 10K to own 1%, they will get 1% of 36K a year. That means if you own 1% of the company, that means whatever the company makes, you make that percentage, right? So they invest 10K to own 1% of the company, they will get 1% of 36K per year, which is about $360 a year in dividends. So I invest 10K, I get $360 per year in dividends, okay? Now, that's just counting dividends, but it's not counting capital appreciation, okay? Now, which means if they hold on to their shares, they will get $360 a year. If they sell their shares, they get their 10K back, okay? Because most companies in the stock market give on average about 4% a year in dividends, okay? Now, so why do investors invest? Because at that point, I was already making 50K per month to 100K per month in my own business, so I was confident I could help him grow his business. And if Ozan's income increases to 10K per month, which is 120K per year, they will get $1,200 a year in dividends, which is about 12% dividend yield, okay? Which means if they hold to their shares, they get 12% a year. If they sell their shares, they get back their capital, right? And the moment his income increases, right, their shares will be worth 3 times as much, from worth $10,000 to worth $30,000. Because in the past, he was making 3K per month. If now his income triples, right, the net worth of the company will also triple, right? They can sell their shares to the next investor who wouldn't mind buy their shares for 30K to get $1,200 a year in dividends. So whatever they paid 10K for, they can now sell for 30K to the next investor because the next investor can get 1,200 a year in dividend, right? So the moment Ozan makes 10K per month, their shares will be worth $30,000, right? So the result is this. As a result of having more capital and knowing how to use the Alaric flywheel, Ozan grew his business. So currently, Ozan has been consistently making 30K per month to 50K per month. So Ozan wins, I win, investors win, employees win, customers win, everybody wins. And that's the business model that I enjoy the most, which is a business model that is win, 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 win. No one loses in this equation. Wealth is created, right? Value is created because of capital mechanism. Okay, let me show you in a case study of a tuition business. Okay, I'm going to show you how I bought 20% of a business for $1 and increased the valuation of the business to $600,000 in 3 days. Okay, now, so I had a student, her name is Nisa Hashim, and she was a freelance tuition teacher making 2.5K per month. Okay, so I showed her that she could either continue in the marketing mechanism and making 2.5K per month, or she could use capital mechanism and grow into a business worth $600,000. So she believed in the system and she followed the steps. Long story short, she raised $18,000 within 3 days at a $600,000 valuation. And she doubled her business in 90 days. Okay, so this is what she said.
I am a tutor and I'm from Nisa Hashim. So how I find this mastermind course, I think it's really worth it. And I've learned a lot from funnel building to sales pitch. Everything you need in a business, it's actually in this mastermind, number one. Number two, you actually work with like-minded individuals, and they actually give you ideas, and you won't even know the different type of insights you get. So it's really, really cool. And so I find it really, really good. And I think Alaric, I think it's just I've never regretted taking any of the courses, and this is a must-have if you are really, really, really serious about growing your business and improving yourself, because you can be stuck in a rut, and if you don't find a way, I'm sorry, you just stay there. But in this case, if you want, I think whatever money that you put in here will definitely help you. All right,
So
cool.
by how many percent has your business grown in the past few months?
I think I have a lot, but from 2.5 now I'm getting about 4 to 5K. So it's really amazing. And this is I just started this in, I think in March. Is it March?
Yeah, March or February or March, yeah.
Yeah, March or April. No, April. Because
April, yeah.
April. So April, May, June, 3 months, and it doubles. So I think it's really, really cool. That's fast, It's okay, anyway, if you don't know, then get on the course and all right, so I think it's great. So
you feel this mastermind is worth at least 10,000 Singapore dollars?
Of course, 2 months I already get my 10,000 back.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
All right, okay, so the result is this. Okay, so she wrote 2 books, For the Love of Math and Raising Your Little Giants. She's what, right? So investors saw the potential because they know I'm coaching her. Okay, so she's now worth multiple 6 figures, which means if let's say Lisa didn't partner with me, would the investors dare to invest in her? Maybe, maybe not. But knowing that I run a successful coaching business, can I help her to grow her tuition business? I definitely can help her, right? So she's getting consistent clients, has loads of cash in bank, increase the prices so she earns more while working less, and has a long waiting list of students who want her service, but she selects who to work with. Okay, case study number 3 is a restaurant business. How I consulted with a business worth 150,000 ringgit and transform it into a business worth 8 million ringgit, and we raised 170,000 ringgit in one night. Okay, so this part can be quite confusing, especially if you're not super good with numbers, but I can write down the numbers first and then digest later on. Okay, I'll be using everything in Malaysian ringgit for this case study. So $1 basically means 1 ringgit. Okay, now, so the value of the restaurant, right, is 200,000 ringgit. It's renovated, fully furnished. The renovation cost 200,000 ringgit. Okay, but the cost to buy the restaurant was only 50,000 ringgit. Why was it so cheap? Well, because the partners were quarreling and they wanted out, and there were 8 shareholders, so they wanted to just sell the restaurant. And if they didn't sell the restaurant, it would be returned to the landlord anyway. So to them, it's either I get 0 or I get 50,000 ringgit. I must well get 50,000 ringgit. Okay. So the initial plan that the founders had, right, was to raise $50,000 for 33% of the company. So my friends were these founders, right, and they wanted to buy over this restaurant. And the initial plan was, okay, we're going to raise 50,000 ringgit for 33% of the company. So partner A gets 33%, partner B gets 33%, then the sleeping investors gets 33%. So the total valuation is 150,000 ringgit. Okay, now, so the projected sales is this. So let's say, okay, 10 people sit at the table, right? Each person spend about 50 ringgit. 10 people sit at the table. 50 ringgit is about 17 Sing dollars. Okay, so the projected sales, right? The max capacity, right, is 500 ringgit per table times 30 tables times 10 hours a day is 150,000 ringgit a day. That's the max capacity, which means if it's at every single point is filled. Okay, now a very likely scenario, we just divide this by 10. So like if we just perform at 10% of this, that means in the whole day, let's say the table is only filled 1 hour a day rather than 10 hours a day. Okay, they will make 10K per day, which is 3.65 million a year. Okay, so the profit, right, is 547,500 a year. Okay, the worst case scenario is 2K per day, 730,000 a year. The profit is 109,500. Let's say it's at a 15% profit margin. So worst case scenario, they profit 109,000. Very likely scenario, they make 547,500 a year. Okay, max capacity is like 150,000 ringgit a day. Okay, now, so I consulted them and said, that's just crazy. Why would they give up 33% of the business for 50,000 ringgit? Because there's no capital for operations of business, and because you need at least 6 months of like operating capital in order to sustain the business, right? After you buy the restaurant for 50,000 ringgit, you still need money to pay the workers, pay the rental, all this kind of stuff. So what I proposed instead, right, was that the value of this business when it's up and running and making 10K per day in sales is 8 million to 11 million ringgit. Okay, so I wanted them to raise funds for the company at a valuation of 2 million ringgit. So I invested, so I told them, so I showed them how to pitch to investors. I even pitched the investors for them. So I pitched them, I say, to the investor, I say, invest $50,000 for 2.5% of the company at a 2 million valuation. Okay, so the company makes 10K per day. That means it makes $3.65 million a year in sales times 15% profit, which means it'll make 547,500 in net profit a year. If they own 2.5% of the company, they get 547 times 2.5%, which means they'll get 13,000 per year in dividends. Okay, which means, long story short, if you invest 50,000 ringgit every year, if you hold on to your shares, you get 13,000 a year in dividends. Even the worst case scenario, you invest 50,000 ringgit, right? Worst case scenario, you also get $2,737.50 a year in dividends. Is that still pretty good? That's still pretty good. It's a 5.475% dividend yield, right? So it's a good deal for them, right? So the power of capital mechanism is this, okay? The initial plan was raise 50,000 for 33%, right? And then the total value is 150,000, no extra capital for operations. With growth hacking, right, the result are in one night, okay? They raised 170,000 ringgit within 1 day at a valuation of $2 million and only gave away 8.5% of the company. So the total valuation is 2 million, and the true of the business when it makes 10K per day is $8 million. And they have $120,000 in extra capital for at least 6 months of operations. And that's the power of growth hacking. Okay, so the 8 shareholders who were quarreling get to hand over the business and be freed from their misery. The founders' net worth increased by millions overnight. Investors get good dividends way above the market. Employees get to keep their job. Customers get to enjoy the food. Everybody wins. This is the business model that I love the most. Business models where everybody wins. Okay, this is an example of Hannah's testimonial 286. Hi Alaric, I raised $350,000 for my vegan ice cream central kitchen space. Okay, plus I raised the funds after I learned some good lessons from you, right? So she raised 350,000. Is that pretty good? I think that's pretty good. Okay, this Shailene, she's about 20 something this year, and she raised $100,000 within 1 week after the course.
Hi, my name is Shailene. I'm a property investor. So I actually attended Alaric's course 2 weeks ago, and 1 week after attending this course, I closed 100K in sales. I've really benefited from the network and the community, as well as learning from this course.
Is that pretty good? I think if a 20 plus year old can do it, I believe everyone can do it. Okay, now growth hack number 3 is how to beat your competitors. How to beat your competitors. Okay, so everyone please write this down. The business can afford to spend the most to acquire a customer wins. The business that can spend the most to acquire a customer wins, right? So in short, this is Elon Musk's master plan. Okay, so he wanted to build a sports car and then use that money to build an affordable car, and then use that money to build an even more affordable car while doing above also, yeah, okay. So he starts selling from high ticket to lower ticket, right? Because the money that he makes from high ticket allows him to be able to build better products to serve people in the low ticket space, right? So the growth hack is to sell high ticket, okay? High ticket, right, is the easiest for a beginner to pull off. Let me explain why, okay? Why sell high ticket? Number 1, you'll make more money. So you see, to make $1 million, right, you can either sell 100,000 $10 products, and the amount of fulfillment, logistics, support requests, etc. will be such a huge headache, or 200 $5,000 products. Is it easier to sell $100,010 products or $205,000 products? I think it's easier to sell $205,000 offers, right? And number two, it is easier for a beginner to pull off. Okay, now I explain to you why. This thing, if it costs me $50 in Facebook ads to set an appointment, if I sell a $100 offer, my closing rate has to be at least 50% for me to make money. But if I sell a $5,000 offer, right, my closing rate only has to be 1 out of 100 for me to make money, right? Next, you'll be perceived to be better than your competitors. If all your competitors are selling at $500 and you are selling at $5,000, people will be thinking, wow, hey, this person must be a somebody. If not, why they dare to sell $5,000, right? You attract better clients. It is always better to service rich clients than poor clients. Low ticket clients give you a ton of problems. Okay, Jack Ma said it's better to serve rich people than poor people. Poor people give a ton of problems, right? So when you sell high ticket, you should have better clients. Okay. And next thing is this: if you have too many low value clients, you cannot give your time to properly service the high value customers. So let's say I give $100 customers poor service versus giving two $5,000 customers the best service and actually solving their problem. Which is better? I think it's better to just serve two people and really solve their problem, right? And next is that it is easier to downsell from a high ticket offer than it is to upsell from a low ticket offer. So let's say you tell people, okay, I have this product that is $5,000. They say, oh, I can't afford it. Then I say, sure, no worries. How about getting this other product at $2,000 instead? Now, $2,000 will seem cheap. Versus, oh, I have this product for $500. Would you like to get this product for $2,000 also? And now $2,000 seems expensive, right? If you know, so you always start from selling high ticket. If they cannot afford it, then you downsell a low ticket offer. Rather than you downsell a low ticket offer, and then you're right, it is way better to sell high ticket. Okay, now. So here's what we have covered. All right, growth hack number one: sales funnel versus sales flywheel. I shared with you how I made $1.2 million in 18 months using the Alaric flywheel from $0 in capital. Growth hack number two: capital mechanism versus marketing mechanism. I shared you the secret to how billionaires create their wealth. And growth hack number three: how to beat your competitors. This business they can afford to spend the most to acquire a customer with. All right. So if you want the slides for today's webinar, I'm going to show you how to get the slides for today's webinar. How to grow your business by 235% in this webinar, basically. Okay. Now, okay, I want you to pause this video right now. Okay, and I want you to think, what problem or problems would you like to solve in your business? Okay, because you cannot solve a problem until you identify a problem if it exists. Okay, so I want you to write these 4 questions down. Step 1: what problems would you like to solve in your business? Number 2: how can you use what you have just learned today to grow your business? How can you use capital mechanism to grow your business? How can you use the Alaric flywheel to grow your business? How can you use compounding? How can you use these growth hacking principles? How can you sell high ticket, right, to grow your business, right? And next is, what are the goals you would like to hit this year in terms of net worth, in terms of income, revenue, fulfillment, etc.? Or what are some questions that you have? Okay, write these 4 questions down. Okay, now I want you to pause the video right now and don't go to the next part until you finish writing these 4 questions. Okay, pause the video right now and start writing. Okay, I'm assuming you have finished writing. Okay, if you haven't writing, please pause it right now. Okay, I'm assuming you finished writing. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Okay, so here's the thing: would you agree that you have the potential to grow to be a lot more than who you are now? Will you agree? If you agree, type yes. If you, I hope you agree. Okay, now, so for those of you who really want to take things to the next level, I have this thing called Top 1% Coaching with Alaric. Okay, and the main goal is to help you to get 2 times the results faster and be the #1 in your entire industry. Is it okay? I just take maybe 5 minutes to share about this program that I have with you. Okay, if you want it, that's fine. That's good. If you don't want it, that's fine as well. Okay, now, so here's the thing: every top player, every winner has a coach. Michael Jordan's coach is Phil Jackson, right? Tiger Woods has a coach. Every top athlete has a coach. Okay, and my role as a coach is not to be better than you. My role as a coach is to bring the best out of you. Okay, and that's what I've been focusing all my energy on, and that's why I built my whole business around bringing the best out of people. Okay, so, and I'm looking for winners. Okay, I'm looking for people who are really want to be the top 1% in the industry, people who want to be in the top 1% income bracket in the world. Okay, now, so here's the format of the coaching. Okay, first of all, we have a one-to-one phone consult with my team before the program to see if you qualify. Okay, and then there'll be 3 sessions a week where we'll do 1 group hot seat coaching every week. A coaching session with custom content every week based on the phone consult that you do with my team, and 1 weekly review, which is a coaching session where we can give you advice on how to improve. Example, let's say I'll show you how to improve your sales calls, or I can look at your ad account, or I can look at your offer, or I can look at your business model, right? So that's where the review comes in, where it's 2 ways. It's not just us teaching. It's also you implementing and applying and getting feedback on how to improve. okay? And you also get unlimited one-to-one access to me via WhatsApp, okay? And why to limit the number of clients I take on is because, let's say for the hot seat coaching and everything, I cannot do too many, I cannot have 100 clients, because hot seat coaching is where I go deep dive in your business, okay? How hot seat coaching works, right? This component, how it works, right, is that, let's say we have 5 people in this coaching call. So what will happen is one person will be in the hot seat, and then you describe your business and ask what's the problem you want to solve, okay? Then all the other 5 people, right, will give you, it's like a mastermind, right, where we will give you feedback on how to improve your business and how to solve your problem. And after I also give you my own feedback on how to improve your business, right? And after you'll give me a review and an action plan on what you're gonna do to solve this problem. Make sense? So that's how hot seat coaching works. And so here's the things that we can cover. I can show you how to scale your business to incredible new heights. Okay, so I'm going to share with you this thing called the 8-figure flywheel, because we'll be designing a sales flywheel together, because this method has helped more than 7 people make more than 10 million USD and has produced more than $100 million in combined revenue. And I'm going to show you how to build this flywheel for yourself. I'm also going to show you what it takes to build a massive infrastructure, team, and company. We'll cover this thing called reverse recruitment. Why you should never pay people to work for you. I repeat, why you should never pay people to work for you. So here's the thing, when I run my business, right, I don't pay people to work for me. People must pay me to work for me. Okay, people pay me to work for me. Let me explain to you why. So let me give you an example. So let's say, if let's say you open a hair salon, okay, there's 2 ways to open a hair salon, okay. The first way, right, is you open a hair salon and then people come into a hair, and then you hire hairstylists, right, to cut people's hair for you, and you pay them like $10 per hour or something. The second way to open a hair salon, right, is to open a hair salon and then you ask the hairstylist to pay you to rent a seat from you, okay, so that they can cut hair with the seat, right? So every month they'll pay you maybe 1K a month to rent a seat from you. And then on top of that, every customer they cut, they still will give you maybe a small percentage of their revenue, right? Which is better? Which one are people more, if you pay them to work for you, are they motivated to find their own clients? No, because no matter what, they're going to be paid. But if now they pay you to work for you, now they're going to find their own clients because they take ownership of the business. Okay, please write this down. When you pay people to work for you, they think like employees. When people pay you to work for you, they think like entrepreneurs. And I only want to work with entrepreneurs. I don't want to work with employees, right? So I want to show you this thing called reverse recruitment. The next thing I'm going to share with you is this called throughput systems. I'm going to show you how you make your business as predictable as a factory. Lead coming becomes a client, and the fulfillment is like a factory, systemized, okay? Makes sense, the new paradigm, because in the future, this is what Li Ka-shing says, in the future, there won't be employee and boss relationships, there will only be partner and platform. So for example, Uber, okay, or Grab. When you, in Grab, right, Grab doesn't pay people to work for them. What Grab does is it rents out the cars, people pay like $1,200 a month to have a car. On top of that, they still pay Grab 20% for every customer that Grab brings to them, okay? That's not, so it's not an employee-employee relationship, it's a partner and platform relationship. Okay, now I'll also share with you about this thing called a bankable business model. How do you build a business model that's so robust, okay, with one profitable offer stacking, automate and scale? I'm also going to show you how to raise capital. I'll give you all my templates, okay, how Shailene raised $100,000 in 1 week, how Hannah raised $350,000. I'm going to share with you my invitation message template, my pitch deck template, as well as my fundraising contract template. Okay, so this fundraising contract, I've actually paid lawyers to write out contracts, and I give you all these templates for free inside this coaching program. Okay, I'm also going to cover exit, how to work on your business rather than in your business. Okay, we'll talk about buying and selling businesses, how to get equity for free, and this program is focused on results. Okay, this program is focused on results. So over the next 3 days, we'll set aside some time to have calls with you to see if you qualify. So we'll talk for roughly 30 minutes and map out an action plan for you to grow your business and income. Okay. So the purpose of the call is to brainstorm some ideas with each other to see if we can collaborate in any way, or to see if there's any way we can help you. So I don't normally do this, so there's very limited spots available. I'll get my team to talk to you one-to-one. And if you think that we can help you and we think that you might be a good fit, I might invite you to become one of our clients and we can continue this journey together. Okay. So we are normally very selective of who we work with, but my team will do the initial free consult with everyone. So no matter what, you're going to get value. Okay, please make sure, okay, pause the video right now, go to alaric.site/top1. Okay, pause the video right now, go there and book the appointment. Okay, it's a free call, right? It's just to see if we're the right fit for each other. If we are the right fit, good. If we're not the right fit, that's fine as well. Okay, so you arrive at a page like that, right? And then you can choose a time that you want to do the call. Okay, so for example, you want to choose a time, And then I'll just ask you to fill up a few questions so that my team can understand about your business better. What problem would you like to solve? How willing you able to invest in the growth of your business, and all that, right? And then just press schedule event, and then my team will be speaking with you. And okay, so stop. Pause the video right now. Pause it right now. Go to alaric.site/top1. Pause the video right now and go and do this before you move on to the next part. Okay, pause the video right now. All right, okay. So I hope that you've done, you've scheduled the call and everything ready. So let's move on to the next part, okay? So here's the thing, there's no obligations. It's just to see if we're the right fit for each other. So there's no obligations for us to take you on as a client. There's no obligations for you to accept our offer as well, okay? We don't believe in hard selling at all. We just really want to understand your business, brainstorm ideas, all right? So if you do get selected to become a client, I'll be hand-holding you for 3 months to help you to grow your business, okay? After 3 months, if I see the potential, I might even offer to partner with you, if I help you to raise capital, help you to grow your business, etc. So the topics that we can cover are things like growth hacking, marketing, branding, sales, flywheels, capital mechanisms, scaling systems, fulfillment, anything regarding business can be discussed, even mindset, personal development as well. Okay. My one-to-one coaching is normally $2,500 per hour, right? So like Jason Wong, he's a PIAS director insurance, right? He recruited 3 to 4 agents, which is worth $60,000 to him because each agent will make him about $15K a year. And one of the candidates even broke a $20K bond with a company and paid him to join him. Because I told him, I told Jason, okay, all this while in the insurance industry, people, they will, insurance directors will pay candidates to join them. I said, that's crazy. Instead of paying them to join them, they should pay you to join you. Why? Because if you're a director, you got 20 plus years of experience, hit MDRT many times in a row, versus a new NUS graduate or SMU graduate who has no experience or anything. Should you pay him to work for you, or should he pay you to learn from you? Right? I think it should be the other way around. So he adopted my idea. He got candidates to pay him to work for him, and that made his candidates more entrepreneurial, and they didn't think like employees. And they were more committed. People that he paid, right, they left very, very quickly. But people that pay him to join him, they stayed on for a very, very long time. Okay. There's a property director from ERA. He paid me $2,500 for 1 hour of coaching after he became a Facebook trainer for 100 plus agents in his company. A top network marketing leader, he duplicated my 5-step consult and 10-step pitch to his team. And he closed 2 $3,400 deals within the same day just by following my pitch. And right now he's making about $100,000 a month consistently. Okay, $50,000 per month passively, 100 per month, 100K per month if he's active in business. Also to raise your business to 50K per month in revenue, and he raised $40,000 within 15 minutes. You actually made $52,800 with these 2 webinars, right? So this is why I charge the fees that I do. But I just want you to apply, right? It's a free call with my team, right? Just go to alaric.site/top1, right? And then we just see if you're the right fit for each other. Okay, I only want to work with the best, so it's just an application process. Okay, now I'm going to give you some free bonuses as well. So here's the free bonuses. Okay, so at the end of the webinar, I'll be giving you my book, How to Use Facebook to Promote Your Business, for free. Okay, and for those of you that schedule the call, I will also be giving you my book, The Apollo Factor, plus the PowerPoint slides for today for free. So you get this book, The Apollo Factor, and you also get How to Grow Your Business by 200, these PowerPoint slides for free. Okay, so make sure you book the call. Okay, so here's the thing, if time and money were not an issue, let's just put money aside and let's just put time aside. Okay, if no money, you can raise capital, no problem. No time, we can find time. Okay, if time is how you engineer time out, right? But I just want to know, if time and money were not an issue, how many of you will be keen to grow your business? Because I just want to filter the right prospects. I don't want people who are completely not serious. I just want people who are serious about it. So if time and money were not an issue, how many of you will be keen to grow your business? Okay, if you're keen, then go to alaric.site/top1 to apply to see if you qualify. And for the first 5 people who book the call, I will also be giving you my book, The Upload Factor, plus the PowerPoint slides for today for free. Go to alaric.site/top1. Do that right now. Okay, pause the video, go to alaric.site/top1, and you get the Upload Factor as well as these slides for free. Okay, now I'll also be giving you this book. Just go to alaric.site/book. I'm giving you this book, How to Use Facebook to Promote Your Business. Okay, so this is the last bonus I have for you. Just go to alaric.site/book, and then I'll send you the book through Facebook Messenger. Okay, so thank you for coming on this webinar. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, please share this with your friends. If you don't like it, please share this with your competitors. Okay, regardless, I hope our paths will be able to cross again one day. I hope we'll be able to serve you at a higher level. This is my website, www.alaricong.com, Facebook, Alaric Space Ong, Instagram at AlaricONGG, and my YouTube ALARICONG. Okay, how you can follow me on my social media channels because I post a lot of free content about business, entrepreneurship, sales, and you're gonna learn a lot from them. Okay, so I just quickly show you how to get your book. So here's how you get it. Okay, just go to Alaric /book. Okay, so over here, after you go to alaric.site/book, you continue in Messenger. So I'll send you the book via Facebook Messenger. Got it? Facebook Messenger. So you say, hey Alaric, and you just click free book, and then you can get the book. Okay, so this is how you get a book, how to use Facebook to promote your business. Okay, great. I enjoyed serving you. Please follow me on my social media handles, and make sure you get the slides and make sure you book the appointment as well. Okay, so thank you for coming, and I appreciate serving you, and have a great day ahead.